All right, chapter 9, the fabled fourth graders of Aesop Elementary School. So far, it's still reminding me of Wayside School. All right, here we go. Please don't tease Ashley Z. There were 3 Ashleys in Mr. Jupiter's class. Ashley A, Ashley B, and Ashley Z. Ashley A and Ashley B liked to braid each other's hair, collect unicorns, and do cheers during class kickball games. Ashley Z, on the other hand, liked to play in the dirt, collect bottle caps, and burp the alphabet. This was hardly surprising. After all, Ashley Z was a boy. And don't you forget it, he had hollered just that morning. As usual, the other boys in the class had started to make fun of his name. Don't you belong over there? Humphrey had asked when Ashley lined up at the water fountain. That's the girls' line. It was an old joke, but it still made Ashley boil. Oh yeah, you're really funny, parrot, he retorted. He stomped away as the others hooted with laughter. Remember, they call Humphrey a parrot because he repeats everything other people say, just like a parrot might do. But the teasing continued. At lunchtime, Emberly said Mrs. Buns likes the girls best. Her favorites are Ashley A, Ashley B, and Ashley Z. Then he slapped his forehead dramatically. Oh, wait a minute. You're not a girl, are you, Ashley? Ashley clenched his fist. I'm also not a big jerk like some people I know. Pushing away from his peanut butter and pickle sandwich, he stalked off. Ooh, yum, peanut butter and pickle sandwich. Hey, Ham called after him as the others howled with laughter. Are you going to eat that? Ashley was too mad to answer. That afternoon, the children played Factorama, a game Mr. Jupiter had invented to help them review what they had learned during the week. Today, it was boys versus girls, and Bernadette was up first. Give me a sentence with the words defense, defeat, and detail in it, said Mr. Jupiter. Bernadette thought a moment, then answered, when a horse jumps over the fence, defeat go before detail. Correct, said Mr. Jupiter. 1 point for the girls. The girls, especially Ashley A and Ashley B, cheered. Mr. Jupiter turned to the boys' team. Calvin was next. If you add 34,317 to 76,188, divide the answer by 3, and multiply by 4, what do you get? The wrong answer, said Calvin. Yes, said Mr. Jupiter, that is exactly what you get. 1 point for the boys. The boys pumped their fists victoriously and barked like dogs. Missy was next. What nursery rhyme dates back to the Great Plague of London in 1664? Easy, answered Missy. Ring around the rosy. Mr. Jupiter nodded, but before he could award the girls a point, Lenny, Bruce, and Humphrey joined hands and danced around Ashley Z. They sang, ring around the rosy, a pocket full of posies, the Ashleys, they all wear gowns. The children shrieked with laughter. Stop it, cried Ashley, but they couldn't. Bruce high-fived Lenny. Oh, man, he hooted. We really burned him that time. That was when Mr. Jupiter roared, enough! Everyone sit down. The children sat. Mr. Jupiter looked at them with disappointment. You know I do not allow teasing in my classroom. You don't? Said Melvin. The others ignored him. I do not condone name-calling, Mr. Jupiter continued. Mr. Jupiter's such a goody two-shoes, Missy whispered to Rose. Or insults. Party pooper, muttered Victoria under her breath. Or playing mean jokes. Is that practical? Asked Stanford. Besides, Mr. Jupiter went on, there's nothing funny about the name Ashley. Did you know that in the Scottish village of Dundary, where I once worked as a bagpipe tuner, every first-born son is named Ashley? It means from the ash tree. Really? Said Lenny. Did you know that here in the United States, every firstborn daughter is named Ashley? It means, what a sissy! The children laughed again, and Ashley Z jumped up from his chair. I'm going to pound you, Lenny Whittier, he cried. I'm going to mash your face. Calm down, said Mr. Jupiter. No, yelled Ashley, I won't calm down. I'm tired of being yelled at. I'm tired of being teased. Of course you are, soothed Mr. Jupiter. He wrapped his arm around the boy's heaving shoulders. Geez, Ashley, said Lenny, why are you acting like such a sissy? I was just joking around. It's not funny, hollered Ashley. Mr. Jupiter frowned at Lenny. I don't want to hear another word out of you, Leonard. We'll talk about this after school. Then he turned back to Ashley. Why don't you go get a cool drink from the water fountain? Okay, said Ashley in an anger-choked voice. Shooting Lenny one last poisonous look, he stormed out the door. But the minute he was in the hall, furious tears filled his eyes. Wasn't there any way to make his classmates stop teasing him? Was he doomed to be kidded about his name forever? He rounded the corner and, Good to see you, kid, growled a deep voice. Ashley looked up. He gulped, paled, gave a little groan. There, just a few feet away, stood Tommy Tarantula Santanangelo. Every kid at Aesop Elementary School knew Tarantula, and every kid avoided him like the cook's tuna oatmeal mush. No trick was too mean for the fifth grader. He shook down kindergartners for their milk money, knocked first graders off of slides, and tossed second graders' book reports into mud puddles, all for the fun of it. Known for a teasing tongue as sharp as Miss Turner's stiletto heels, Tarantula stood 6 feet tall and had fists as big as hams. Ashley knew he was in trouble. He turned to run. Hey, kid, called Tarantula in an attempt to stop him. Come closer, huh? Ashley vigorously shook his head. Come on, I won't hurt ya. I need your help. Look. Tarantula pointed to the seat of his nylon sweatpants. They were caught in a locker door. Help me out, will you, kid? Said Tarantula. Was this a trap? Ashley wondered. Some big joke to humiliate him even more? Why should I? He asked. Because I'll pound you if you don't, snarled Tarantula. With a squeak, Ashley backed away. No, wait, Tarantula called. I was just kidding. I didn't mean it, honest. The desperate tone in the bully's voice made Ashley stop. Please, kid, begged Tarantula. I can't let anybody see me like this. Ashley kept his distance. Why? He asked. Tarantula suddenly looked sheepish. If the other fifth graders catch me here, I'll never hear the end of it, he admitted. See, I got hooked on Sandy Pepperdine's locker. Huh? Said Ashley. Tarantula blushed. Look, I snuck away from gym class so I could slip a love note into Sandy's locker. And, well, this happened. If I don't get unstuck before gym class ends, I'm going to be the laughingstock of my class. I know how that feels, said Ashley. He took a few cautious steps forward. From down the hall came the shrill sound of Mrs. Gluteal's whistle. Fifth grade, line up, she hollered. Tarantula tugged frantically at his pants. They're coming, he cried. Ashley stepped a little closer. The gym door swooshed open. Hurry, begged Tarantula. Ashley stepped even closer. He could hear the fifth graders shuffling down the hall now. Oh man, moaned Tarantula. I'm going to get teased. And if I'm teased, I'll end up pounding someone. And if I pound someone, I'll end up in Mrs. Struggles' office for who knows how long. I hate being teased. Remember, Mrs. Struggles is the principal. Me too, agreed Ashley. And quicker than Mr. Jupiter's light year calculator, given to me by my friends at NASA, he had explained, the boy reached forward and freed Tarantula's pants from the locker door. At that moment, the fifth graders turned the corner and swarmed around them. What's going on here, Mr. Santangelo? The fifth grade teacher, Mr. Lipsheets, asked suspiciously. Tarantula plastered a smile onto his face. Nothing, Mr. Lipsheets. I'm just going to have a chat with my good friend, Ashley, said Ashley. Ashley? Repeated Tarantula. Ashley nodded, and Tarantula grinned. I'll see you later, Ashley, he drawled. I'm doomed, thought the fourth grader. First, my classmates, and now Tarantula. Life is so unfair. He shuffled back to his classroom. The next morning before school, Calvin tapped Ashley Z on the back. I found this mermaid barrette underneath the monkey bars, he said, grinning. Do you want it? Ashley tried to keep his cool. Come on, you guys, he said. You heard Mr. Jupiter. No teasing in the classroom. But this isn't the classroom, replied Lenny. This is the playground, he smirked. Have you heard the one about the pigtail, Ashley, who... A sudden shadow blocked the sun. The boys looked up. They gulped, paled, gave a little groan. Hi, Tarantula, stammered Ashley. He braced himself for the teasing that was sure to come. Don't call me Tarantula ever again, snarled the fifth grader. I'm using a new nickname now. You are? Ashley squeaked. What is it? Ashley, said the fifth grader. Ashley? Repeated Humphrey. Uh-huh, said the fifth grader. His eyes narrowed and his lips twisted into a sneer. And from now on, anytime I hear someone making fun of the name Ashley, I'm going to figure you're teasing me. Who'd make fun of the name Ashley? Sputtered Bruce. Not me, added Lenny. I think it's a really cool name, said Calvin. The boys scattered. Ashley watched them go and smiled. Thanks, Tarantula, he said. No sweat, kid, replied the bully. With a wink, he sauntered off to scare some third graders. And Ashley sauntered off to his classroom. The moral of chapter 9 is one good turn deserves another.